former Texas Tech quarterback Alan Bowman. He announces that he's going to be transferring to Michigan. Danny, is Alan Bowman going to be able to change the way things have been going? We talk about Jim Harbaugh and Michigan quarterbacks time and time again. Let's get back to the well, baby. Can Bowman turn things around for this Josh Gaddis offense in Ann Arbor?
Bowman will bring a Big Ten championship to Ann Arbor. I'm just kidding. That is I just wanted to get that on clip there. You could clip it and send it off. I have no idea, right? I mean, this is kind of like all the transfer movement. There's no guarantee. Nobody thought Joe Burrow was going to bring a championship to LSU. Even after he started for a year, no one said, oh, he's going to bring a championship to LSU when Joe Brady came in. To me, it's more, and if I was Jim Harbaugh, I would be trying to do what he is doing. And I would do this at any school. I would collect as many quarterbacks as I could, as many as I could recruit, as many as I could hold in that quarterback room. I would say, you guys are going to go battle it out, and the rest of you are probably going to leave, but may the best man win, and let them have at it. You have to, and maybe one of them sticks around, and then you have two. But at this point, the way they've had, the success just has not been there for a true difference-making quarterback. Remember Shea Patterson, after starting a couple years at Ole Miss, he was going to be the answer, and this was the salvation, and he had a lot more experience than Bowman did. So I don't know if this is the answer, but I think it's a smart move to sign another quarterback where at least he's capable of running an offense, and bring him in there and compete with the other guys.
Yeah, I don't think Bowman's walking into Ann Arbor as the starter in 2021. I think that Bowman provides useful depth at the position in case you need it. I think that in an ideal situation, and I don't know if this will be what happens, but I think that if you're Michigan, ideally, you just signed 5-star J.J. McCarthy in your 2021 class. Ideally, you love to have him on campus this spring in the offense. You'd love to see him looking good and looking capable of running the offense, and you go into 2021 where he's playing well enough that he's your starter. But again, we've seen that a lot more in recent years, but there's no guarantee that a true freshman is going to step in and be able to do everything that you want in such a quick time frame and be ready to compete at the level that Michigan wants and kind of feels like it probably needs to compete going into 2021. So if that plan doesn't work, and with other guys in the roster, you got Cade McNamara, Joe Milton is transferring out. He's in the portal. I think that having Bowman, somebody with plenty of experience at Texas Tech in an offense, it's not the same, but it's a little more similar with what Michigan has kind of started to transition to with what it wants to do offensively. So he has some familiarity with what they're looking for, and he's at least shown an adeptness and an ability to run it. I think it raises the floor of the QB position. So maybe he's the starter at the beginning of the season, but the ultimate plan is to get McCarthy ready to take over. And, you're giving him time in the non-conference games. And I don't have Michigan's schedule in front of me, so I can't remember who their early non-con games are against, but they're usually, I don't think they've got like a huge game scheduled in non-con. I could be wrong. But I think that could be like that way you could ease McCarthy in. And if it doesn't work, or maybe Bowman just plays well enough where it's like, because we've seen, since Jim Harbaugh came to Michigan, he's brought in transfers like this before, and, they've worked for him, although obviously it hasn't worked to the level that they want. But I think that they've had success going this route, and they just think that with Bowman, okay, at the worst, we've got a decent quarterback.
Washington week 2, by the way.
Okay, there we go.
But I agree. I mean, like at the worst, it's depth. This is a quarterback room. It's an experience. I don't really see the downside here.
Cade McNamara, Alan Bowman, J.J. McCarthy. That's pretty much the battle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Tom was saying, he's not going to be the starter. No one is, right? I mean, and Harbaugh famously will not tell anybody until kickoff. The first game, he's not going to tell anybody.
It's been really effective, Danny.
Competition, which is great. What is that?
You said it's been really effective.
Yeah, it's been real effective at confusing opponents.
JJ McCarthy, as you mentioned, on campus right now, and from Illinois, not Florida, just because he went to IMG Academy. That was not Michigan going into Florida. It's from Illinois.